welcome back to my channel. Today we're continuing Final Fantasy XVI. So last time we fought with Kupka and now we are back at the hideaway. We need to go speak with Otto, so let's do that. Before we do though, let's just make sure that we are ready for next adventures by stocking up on potions.
Is it business or
Yeah.
pleasure?
All business.
If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it.
I'm trying. Don't rush me. I'm slow.
You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Forward we go.
Not all of the nobles made it out alive. Kupka and his men had their fun with more than a few. None of the Empress's favourites, though. They all got away safe and sound.
Hi, Otto.
Otto, is now a good time?
It's not a bad one. How's Jill doing?
Oh, she's been better. Ty is making sure she gets the rest she needs.
Good.
Any word on Kupka's movements?
Vivian's doing what she can to try and track him, but she's feeding on scraps. We've sent ours out to the curse breakers and our other friends in the west, asking them to keep their eyes peeled for anything unusual. No leads yet, but it's only a matter of time.
All right. Let me know when you find something.
There he is. All right, Clive. Still busy saving the world.
Fear youth. That braid.
Mid. When did you get back?
Just now.
What about your studies?
Adjourned. Since Hugo Kupka invaded Rosaria. All the canvas in uproar about it. He's gone mad. He's turned rogue. It'll be us next. You try concentrating with all of that.
All right, you win.
How long will you be staying this time?
Dunno. A while, most likely. Any road, while I'm here, I was hoping you could do us a favour.
Mid. You can't just expect me to...
Please, oblige her. While we are busy tracking down Kupka, you should have a little time to spare.
Professor! Now there's a face I haven't seen in a while. Shouldn't you have it buried in a dusty old tome?
I did, till a familiar trill pricked my ears. As ever, your exuberance is a breath of fresh air, which successfully scattered the painstakingly assembled fragments of my thoughts.
I'll take that as a compliment. Well, Clive, you heard the professor. So, I'll meet you in the storeroom when you're done.
Wait, hold on. Breath of fresh air. Bloody tempest, more like.
Boy, Otto, you got my guilt.
Huh? What are you on about?
My fee for bringing Mid across. She said you were paying.
That little...
All right.
Storeroom, was it? I wonder what Mid's plotting.
All right. So Mid, first of all, that braid. Oh my God. That just, I don't know. That's just, oh my God, gorgeous. I don't know why, but like I really don't know how to explain this, but to me, Mid somehow, she feels like Final Fantasy. And I feel like that's the first character I've met in this game so far that actually feels like, oh my God, this character is so Final Fantasy. Like, I can't explain what it is about her, but it just, I don't know. She feels very Final Fantasy.
Shouldn't you be getting some rest?
All right, Mid.
You took your time.
I'm a busy man, Mid.
I'll get to the point then. I want to turn the room down there into a workshop like the one I had at Dad's place.
Mid, you've only just come back.
And I've been thinking about it for a while.
That hair.
Dad said I had a knack for engineering. Told me everything he knew about it. Then sent me off to Canva to learn everything he didn't. That was his dream for me. That one day I'd put my studies to use for the good of the cause. But I'm helping no one stuck at school. I've studied enough. It's time I put my knack to work. I know that I can help the people here, and I want to do it.
Well, well, well. If Sid could see you now. All right. I'll tell Otto you'll be staying.
I knew you'd say yes. Which is why I wrote up a list of jobs for you.
For me?
Who else?
What do you want me to do?
First things first, I need equipment and materials to start making my own. There's the designs for the stuff I need, and the stuff it needs smithing from. The other materials I can work myself. Just need a generous benefactor to lay them on for me. Apart from the wood, I'll need a carpenter for that, but I can just borrow yours.
Is that everything?
For now. I'll let you know if I need out else.
Love her eyes. I think it's...
Where to start? Materials and tools. That means Karen and Blackthorn.
Will do. I think there's like the combination of the lightheartedness, the energy, the fact that she's young, maybe those kinds of things are giving that Final Fantasy vibe. But oh my god, that braid. That hair. Talk to me.
Basically, I need a smith, a merchant, and someone who can work wood. And let's face it, my student allowance isn't going to stretch that far. So do us a favour, will ya?
Someone who can work wood? Wow. Huh.
Chop off Kupka's head this time. You were born
Try not to think about that in a dirty way. I'm sorry. My brain is broken.
How's it coming along?
Nearly there.
Hi.
Blackthorn, you busy?
What's it look like?
I have a commission for you. From Mid. She requires certain tools.
Supply kit. Sketches of ineffable. What's ineffable? Oh, I need to Google. Devices seemingly drawn from the pages of a mad alchemist's notebook. Mad alchemist. Okay. And a list of the equally exotic alloys from which such things are smithed. Okay.
Do you think you can make them?
Bloody hell. What's she planning to build with this stuff? An airship? I'll see what I can do. Till I'll bring them over when I'm done.
My thanks. And Mid's, no doubt.
An airship, you say? I thought we were already in an airship.
See, there's nothing to fear from Kupka. You'll deal with it.
Why does it look like you have something new now?
Back, are ya?
Yeah. Oh, ask about Mid.
Summer storm, that one.
Rolls in when you least expect it, soaking you to your skin and leaving you wringing your breeches. Just like her old man. Keeps us on our toes, though. Okay, I wonder if that was it.
I'll make Mid the stuff she needs. Just give me a bit of time to work it all out with you.
Yes. No, there's still something.
What do you need?
You have
So
something
will it
new.
be?
Grindstone.
Could last you a good while.
And I can't reinforce that. No. No. Okay.
And
Good talk.
was wondering where you'd got to. Mid's back from Canva. Have you seen her?
Just now. She's planning to set up a workshop in the stores and ask me to buy her some materials. Here's the list.
List of materials. The noxious vapors that spilled from the cracks around a certain door in Sidolphus Telemon's Deadland hideaway would sting the eyes and burn the nose of anyone who strayed too close. Combining every ingredient on this list would no doubt produce a similar result.
Think you can find everything on there?
This lot. Wouldn't be much of a trader if I couldn't.
Excellent. As for payment,
It's
A
paid
smile.
100 times over by what that girl's done for us. If it weren't for her filters, we'd have naught to drink but blight water, and that would have drained the life out of us long ago.
indeed it would.
I'll send the stuff on to Mid when it comes in.
Thank you, Karen. That just leaves the carpenter. Let's see if Bardolph's available.
Oh, yes, to work wood. Let me do some reading. Midadal Telemon, daughter of Sid. That's so cool. And sad, but cool. And student of engineering at the University of Canver. From a young age, Mid showed the same passion for invention as her father, and an even greater aptitude. She is as well versed in the secrets of modern and fallen technology as any scholar in the Twins, and means to put that knowledge to use in service of the hideaway. I love that we have Sid's daughter here. Where's the guy who works the wood? Oh, there. Wait. The pier. I need to go down. Is Mid gonna make our hideaway fly?
Do with a good oiling.
Because honestly, this looks like an airship. This is an airship. And again, I'm like, can I light these? Can I light these, please, please, please? No, not in this game.
Should be enough to keep us going.
Can you work wood?
How do, Master Sid?
Bardolph. Mid's looking to build a workshop in the storeroom, and she needs the aid of a skilled carpenter. So naturally I thought of you.
Well, I'd love to help the young miss however I can. But I'm afraid I got my hands full just keeping this place afloat. There's holes need patching, and if I don't patch them, we'll all of us sink into the mere. I'd gladly spare Mid all the time I have, but the sad truth is, I ain't got none.
I see.
It don't have to be me, though, does it? What about that other fella? You know, the one over at Martha's Rest. Bernard, was it?
That's right. And he is a friend of the cause. I'll ask Martha if she can spare him. Thank you, Bardolph.
Least I could do.
Alright. He's got his hands full with wood.
That Bernard's as good a carpenter as you'll find, by all accounts. I reckon my old master would have preferred his work to mine. But we branded can't be beaten on price, can we?
That laugh. Oh, that was funny. I love it. Alright. Oh, no, not that way. I mean, yeah, sure, that would have worked too, but, you know, this works too. Martha's Rest. Let us go see Martha. I love that we have a little bit of downtime before the next adventure. Hi.
I hear
hear you ran to Rosalith's aid when the Republicans attacked. I'd have been running in the opposite direction, as fast as my poor legs would carry me.
That's smart. If you can't do battle, then that is a very smart thing to do. Hi, doggo. Pet the doggo.
You were right, boy.
Yeah, last time you turned into a Fenrir. That was so cool. I did not know that you can turn into a Fenrir. That was very, very cool. But don't hurt yourself, okay? Yeah. I'm making myself cry. Okay.
Ah, Clive, what brings you to the rest?
Our home finds itself in need of an extra carpenter. I wondered if I might be able to borrow Bernard for a short while.
I don't mind if he don't. We're all friends here, aren't we?
Thank you, Martha. Do you know where I might find him?
He went up to Cressida on business. No idea what, mind. Place is a ruin. Far as I know, he's still there.
I'll look for him there then.
By the way, can I... Wait. Like this, I can only read about stuff that's actually active here. I can't access the full stuffs other than in the hideaway. Because I kind of wanted to read what it says about Torgal now. So yeah, I need to remember that when we go back to the hideaway, I go and read and see if it says now anything different about Torgal. Where am I going? Oh boy! Asfar. Choco! Let's go outside of this place and then call for Choco. My Choco. Final Fantasy IX did this to me. From now on, every Chocobo I ever own in a game is gonna be called Choco. I got really attached to my Choco in that game.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to fight. Or not. Oh right, we have Titan stuff now. Oh my god. You know what? Hello, hi, can you dismount? Dismount. I kind of would like to do a little tiny, do we have like tiny enemies? To test out, because I don't think I have tested out those abilities yet. Just tiny enemies so that I can test out the abilities. Where are we going? Is this where we were going? Oh yeah, this is the way. This is the way. Ooh, let's get the goodies though. Hiya, dude.
Hi. If it ain't the lad who saved my life. What brings you to a place like this? You do, Bernard. Martha said I might find you here. I have a proposition for you. Oh, do you now? Building a workshop, you say? Well, that beats tacking boards to bridges, sure enough. And if Martha didn't mind me being gone a while, then neither do I. You just tell me where you want me. That's the spirit. I couldn't ask a favor, though, could I? Before we go?
Of course you can.
Well, that there is Cressida, where I grew up. Ain't much left of it now, though. Except my parents' graves. But I came up here hoping to visit. I even patched up the bridge to get across. Only to find the place crawling with fiends. But you're a dab hand when it comes to dealing with beasts and bogles, ain't you? Any chance you could,
Of course.
It's the least I can do.
well, thank you kindly. And take care. I'd be much obliged if you could rid the old place of nasties. And so would my ma and pa, I'm sure.
Well, this gives me exactly what I asked for. A chance to test out my new abilities. Hiya.
This shouldn't take long.
God, what does this do? Okay, that does that. What about this? Oh, you charge that somehow. Okay. Okay. Fire! New enemies approach? Oh, I used all of my stuff. Do we do the same thing with this as we do with the... Ooh, hello. Not sure, but it works. Ooh, okay, that's a very small AoE. Oh god. How did he get so close so quickly? I wasn't expecting him to get that close that quickly. Oh! Ah! I am very... Oh! Healing time! Oh! I actually dodged. Oh god. Oh! Oh my god. How many do you do? Oh god. Yeah. Haha. Oh god. Oh! Fun times. Dragon Talon.
That should do it.
You made short work of that lot.
That was fun.
Thank you, son. Now my folks can rest in peace once more.
How long is it since the village was abandoned?
Oh, people started packing their things after the duchy fell. Between the Blight and the Imperials, you just couldn't make ends meet. Must be nigh on a decade since the last wagon left. Oh, it may as well have been a century, looking at the place. This isn't the Cressida I remember.
I'm sorry.
Ah, don't be. Can't live in the past, no matter how nice it might have been. As soon as I'm done saying a prayer for those that raised me, it's onto your hideaway. I'll meet you there.
That should take care of Mid's little list. Better head back before she thinks of anything else.
Can I just look around? Because I've never been here. have sparklies. I just love that the scarecrows are black mages. That's so funny. Really cool. Oh, by the way, let's put that like that so that I don't accidentally use them. Wait. Is there supposed to be... Oh. I was never here. Oh.
I'm sorry I ain't been back to see you in so long, but I got some news for you. I'm to be wed.
I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. No, you can't make me cry. I'm all teary-eyed now. Oh, no, not like that. Okay. There's something in there. Nothing in here though. That takes us back there. Okay. Wait. There was a little... Oh, no. There's something in there. See? Always missing something. Let's go check what we have here. This is gonna have like a boss. Why am I scared? This looks like a boss area. Maybe it will be a boss area later. This looks like it's gonna be a boss area later. Maybe we're gonna have like a hunt battle here or some kind of a story boss fight. Alright, I think we've got everything now though. So let's go to the hideaway. Oh, and let me go quickly read about Torgal to see if we have something new about it. I mean, we haven't... The game has not mentioned anything about Fenrir, but, you know, he was clearly a Fenrir.
Tome says he's looking for books about Torgal. I know. Let's write one.
Write a book about Torgal? I want to read it.
Is there something I might assist you with, Clive?
Oh, ask about Mid. Young Mid has always been too clever by half.
From the moment of her very first steps.
She would roam the hideaway, tearing apart everything she laid her little hands upon. But it wasn't until she started putting those things back together again that Sid realized his daughter had been blessed with a truly special talent.
So?
Rather than see it squandered, he swallowed his pride and sent Mid to the University in Canberra to study under the Free City's finest mechanists. That was on her 11th name day. We have reaped the benefits of her studies ever since. Her inventions are a part of our daily lives here at the Hideaway, even if she herself is not.
As to why she has stayed away,
I would hazard that a part of her is simply afraid. Afraid that coming home will remind her too much of what she has lost. Tetton Crow.
did you know
that Tetton Crow's parents were both bearers? Having lived so long in a world where so much was denied them, it could not have been easy for them to find love.
But once they had.
Oh, how brilliant did it burn. A love that only burned brighter once Tetton Crow were there to bask in it, to share it.
Until it was taken away.
plunging the twins into a darkness no man or woman, let alone child, should ever have to face. A pall that will ever hang over us, as long as the man who cast it walks free.
I have a few new notes that might interest you. You wish to study the tomes?
Torgal. See? This is what I'm talking about. Clive's faithful friend. When Jill came close to death in the courtyard of Rosalie Castle, something awoke within him, transforming Torgal into something akin to an icon. Oh my god. We started with a little puppy, then growing into... Okay.
Did you learn everything you needed?
Yes, thank you. Let's go speak with Mid. Wait, Karen has something new.
Is it business or
Ask
pleasure?
about Mid. Is irrepressible the word? That girl doesn't let anything get her down, that's for certain.
Quite the opposite.
In fact, she got a way of making every bugger else get up and dance to her too.
Like father, like daughter.
I'd say it ran in the blood, if I didn't know better. Can't wait to see what kind of queer contraption she comes up with next. So long as she doesn't try to rope me into building it for her.
You live mid-order with me. I'll send everything on to her when I've got it.
Thank you. Let's go talk to Mid.
Jill looked white as a sheet when they pointed back.
Hiya.
All right, Clive? You've all done then?
I am. I've placed your various orders, and a carpenter by the name of Bernard is on his way from Arthur's Rest.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Clive.
Is there anything else you need?
Nope. Blackthorn and Lady Karen have already sent over everything I asked for, and I've got all my plans drawn up. So as soon as Bernard gets here, we can get to work. I can't wait.
She's so cute. Getting to work. Get to work. The breath of earth. Wind up.
That's my good deed for the day done.
Side quest.
Let's see how Jill's faring.
Did Bernard say how long he was going to be? I mean, it's fine, but I hope he comes soon.
She has so much energy. Can I borrow some of that? Oh my god, we have multiple side quests. We have 2. One of them is behind mid-story. That's okay. We'll get everything done. Hi.
Blackthorn may be the manliest of men, but he does lack a certain tenderness. Goots, meanwhile, is as burly as a behemoth, but as innocent as a babe in arms.
That's some choices you've got.
Ah, Clive.
Talia, how's Jill?
Recovering, but she still needs her rest.
Of course. Take good care of her, won't you?
I'll do my best. Oh, Gav was looking for you. He said he had something to show you in the shelves.
The shelves. Oh, that's right. He went to ask Harpocrates about Torgal. He must have found something.
Torgal! See, that's what I'm saying. But we have side quests here.
Don't keep Gav waiting. He seemed excited.
Well, I'm gonna keep him waiting for a little bit, because, side quests and stuff. Ooh. Inspect. Treatment diary. Today, Clive visited the infirmary to have me dress a laceration on his left forearm. I cleaned and stitched the wound and instructed him to rest the arm so that it could heal. But not an hour later, he was leaving on another mission. This must be the 100th time he's disobeyed my instructions. Next time he comes to me for treatment, I'm tying him to the bed. Oh, Oh, Clive, you're gonna have fun times next time.
I'm feeling a lot better, thanks to Taya's remedies. But she insists I rest.
Daria. Oh, the view. That's gorgeous.
You have the look of a man with the twins upon his shoulders, Rodrigue.
Taya has tasked me with removing a Cursebreaker's brand. But it's my first time and I don't think I can do it. I'm afraid of what happens if I fail. You survived, I know, but here as many die as recover. Is it really worth the risk?
You don't need me to answer that. You know full well what we're fighting for. I hope as much as you that one day bearers can walk among others as equals. But until that day, a brand is a burden, and we must lift that burden in order to go undetected. The operation may be dangerous, but it's also essential, and we undergo it willingly.
I know. I still wish there was some other way. But griping about my lot helps no one, I suppose. Don't worry. I'll do what must be done.
I know you will.
Unfortunately, the first thing that needs doing is the preparation of a draft to dull the pain. Something I can't do with the infirmary's ammonia supply so low. What few leaves we have would barely be enough for removing a splinter, let alone a brand.
He does seem desperate.
Just tell me what you need.
You'll go?
Of course.
Oh, thank you. No one knows Herblore like Taya, and she swears by ammonia for easing pain. It's simple enough to find, if you know where to look. And fortunately for you, I do. Along the river near the village of Amber over in Rosaria. Just search for the bright blue blossoms.
Bright blue blossoms. BBB. Do no harm.
If we could get ammonia to grow here in the hideaway, we wouldn't have to risk our lives to gather it.
You have me.
Yeah. What's everyone whispering about? Haven't you heard?
Been doing Mid's bidding, have you?
We're about to get
Yeah, she's wrote me in and all. Mummy promised to sweep the old blooming cellar for her.
Another quest.
The little ones have been up to their old tricks again.
Doris.
Do you have a moment, Sid? A team of Cursebreakers has gone missing near Northreach.
Which team?
Coles. They were sent to liberate a carriage of bearers before they could be smuggled to market. They were moving in for their assault when the carriage was attacked by goblins. A Cursebreaker managed to release a Stolas amid the confusion, but this was days ago. They should be back by now, but I've heard nothing from any of them.
Yeah,
I can't help but worry that
They know the work is dangerous, but I'm sure they're fine.
I'm not.
But what if I've got them all killed? Before they go out, I always remind them why we're doing this, what they escaped, and what we're freeing people from. But I never really thought how my words might affect them. What risks they might take because of the things I've said.
I'll go and find them.
I'll go and find them. We'll both rest easier knowing they're safe.
Thank you, Sid. And I'm sorry to trouble you with this. The plan was to intercept the slaver somewhere in the Dragon's Eyrie. I can't tell you much more than that, I'm afraid.
That should be enough to go on. If they were there, Torgal will track them down.
In this game, I just assume that if someone has gone missing, they're dead.
We're lucky that Stolas escaped the Dragon's area unscathed. Without it, we would never even have known that Cole's team had been attacked.
Yeah. Alright, let's do these side quests. So we have one in Hawkeye Cliff. And one in Northreach. Start with this one. The music.
The river was easy enough to find. Now for those herbs.
Those sounds, my god. Hi! Get close! Boom. Level up! Nice! Nice. Leveled up.
This is the only plant around here with blue flowers. I hope it's the right one.
I'm sure it is. Those are pretty, by the way.
It'll be enough to keep the infirmary stocked for a while. Hopefully this will put Rodriguez's mind at ease.
We have a lot of plants like these growing where I live. Alright, so now that is back there. Before we do, let's go do the other one. Let's go find the missing dudes. Let's hope that they're fine, but I'm kind of expecting them to be dead. Wait, is there a chest? Have I missed a chest in here? My god. Gotta have that black blood. Wait. There we go. Still learning to control this.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Fly? I don't think we're flying. But, you know, we do our best. Dragon's Airy. Whoa, I found people. Oh, let's get off. Get off. My god, the controls. There we go.
Get me back on my feet. I'll tear those bastard heads off.
Stay still, you damned fool. Unless you want to bleed to death.
Well, they're alive.
Cole, I'm glad you're in one piece.
I'm surprised.
Sid, if you don't mind me asking, what are you doing here?
Doris sent me to find you. She hasn't heard anything since the attack. She's been worried about you.
I sent a runner to the Dame in Northreach. The hideaway should have learned of our survival yesterday.
Well, I'm here now. And it looks like you freed the bearers.
Only some. The rest locked themselves in the slaver's carriage rather than fleeing when they had the chance. I want to help them, Sid. But we're barely in any state to protect those few we did save.
You made the right decision. Now where's the carriage?
I think I saw it.
Goblins may still be out there.
You have duties to attend to here. See to the injured. I'll handle the rest.
All right. Just follow the path to the south. You'll come across the carriage soon enough. And please, hurry. If the beastmen get to those bearers, the poor souls will be eaten alive.
I won't let that happen.
Thank you. And Sid, it's good to see you.
Don't thank me just yet.
When the goblins drove off the Slaver's Guard, I thought they might be doing us a favor. Damn fool.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Let's see if we can get the goodie before we...
They're trying to get into the carriage.
Oh, hi! That's my bad. Yeah. Oh no. Yep. I saw that. Oh god. Oh god. Well, I did avoid some of those. Close. Oh, right, that one needs to be charged. I keep forgetting. Close. For that, and then go away. Oh. Ho! I'm having so much fun. Go away. Oh. Nice. Bone necklace.
Who are you? A friend. Are there any more survivors? Why didn't you flee with the others? If the goblins had made it through that door, you wouldn't have stood a chance.
Why should we run? One miserable death's no worse than another.
Perhaps. But we're here to give you another choice. Freedom, safety, the life you've been denied. Come with us. Let us protect you.
Sid, I couldn't just let you... You weren't too late then. Thank the gods.
This man risked his life to save yours. To give you a second chance.
Fine. Do with us what you will.
What we'll do with you is take you to safety. After that, it's up to you. Your lives are your own now.
You can leave the rest to us, Sid. We'll get everyone back to the hideaway.
Thank you. I'll let Doris know we're expecting new arrivals.
We've had some good news, and that is making me really, really nervous.
My team needs proper medical attention, but we'll get our new companion settled first.
Why risk your lives to free the likes of us? What could you possibly gain?
A better world? Alright. Back to the hideaway. Back home. I'm so afraid that this is gonna get destroyed as well. With all the people that we saved in here, and then they're all gonna be gone.
The little ones have been up to their old tricks again.
This game is making me very pessimistic.
Sid, Welcome back. A Stolas from the Dame arrived not long after you left. If I'd just waited a little longer, I might have been able to deal with things myself. Or maybe I wouldn't. I keep making the wrong decisions.
Oh, I know
Cole
that
and the
feeling.
others got home safely. You made exactly the right decision.
No, I was lucky. I've been tracking that slaver for months, and then I sent Cole and you after them, woefully unprepared. What kind of leader sends people into danger without considering all the risks? I should have urged greater caution, told Cole to be wary, to pull back at the first sign of trouble.
We swore the same oath as you, Doris.
It's good to see you safe and well, Cole. I'm sorry.
With all due respect, we Cursebreakers don't risk our lives because you commanded of us. We risk them because we believe in our cause. No one with doubts ever joins our ranks. The agony of removing the brand more than sees to that.
We all know how much bravery that takes.
Cole, I never doubted your courage. Only my ability to see it put to good use. Thank you for your faith in me. I'm not sure I deserve it. I sometimes wonder if I might prefer to risk death alongside the others than ask it of them. But I'm a Cursebreaker. I swore an oath too. I have a role to play, and I must trust that I'm the right one to play it.
You will. In time.
Quest complete. Breath of fire. Alright, then we've got the other one. Oh.
I didn't mean to doubt my comrades, but I couldn't leave them out there either. I need to trust them more, I see that. But that doesn't mean I need to care about them any less.
Hi. I've got the
I hope
herbs.
you didn't have too much trouble finding the ammonia.
A wild herb that, when brewed into an infusion, can dull the pain of a barber's blade.
Only the usual.
Oh, yes. This is it. And more than I was expecting. I dare say the patient won't feel a thing. That is, unless I...
You'll do fine. Taya trusts you, which means I trust you. The hideaway would be lost without skilled physicers like yourself.
Thank you for the kind words. Truly. But I'm sorry. I'm still terrified. The brand is more than just ink on flesh. It's a death sentence. Milk of the wyvern tail lurking just below the surface of the skin. One ill-conceived incision, a single slip, and the poison fouls the patient's blood. Failure means death, and even success means tremendous pain. Days of agony as the wound heals. I became a physiker to help people, not to kill them. I don't want to kill anyone.
Cursebreakers lead hard lives, and the operation is only the beginning. They toil in the shadows, risking life and limb, knowing their efforts will win them neither glory nor acclaim. And yet we never won for volunteers. Why do you think that is?
Conviction? They're willing to die?
They're willing to fight. To give their lives to create a world where people like us can be more than mere possessions. I know your work isn't easy, but neither is going under the knife. Be a shoulder for your patients to lean on. Stay strong for them.
You sound like Taya. Do you know what she once told me? It's natural for a patient to feel like they're suffering in solitude. And it's a physicist's duty to see that they don't. Thank you for helping me remember that. I won't falter. Not again.
Aww. Failure means death. That is why I could never be a surgeon or, you know, doctor, surgeon, any of that. It's the responsibility and the, like, I don't know how people do that. Right.
I'm sorry I let my fear get the better of me. I'm ready to be stronger. For the hideaway. For all of us.
Alright. Main story time now, unless we had something else. No. I'm a little sus about this. I don't think we've ever had anything in here.
Anything catch your eye?
Yeah, there's nothing here.
Always something in there.
Alright. Let's go continue main story and see if we can find out something about Torgal turning into a Fenrir.
Clive, where have you been? I've been wanting to ask you something about Torgal. Where did you get him, like, in the first place?
My father brought him back from one of his expeditions into the Northern Territories. They were crossing a snowfield when they heard his cries, and seeing no sign of his pack, they took him in.
What do you reckon, Tomes?
It certainly adds weight to the theory. Clive, I believe that Torgal may be no mere hound, but a rare frostwolf, an animal native to the far northern reaches of Valisthea. In one of our oldest bestiaries, I found reference to a frostwolf who served as guardian to an ancient queen of the north. Such was his mastery over ether, he could cast magics on command. His name was Fenrir.
Fenrir!
Fenrir the Frostwolf.
Now, the annals do not state it explicitly, but I have reason to believe this queen was a dominant of Shiva, a girl from the Northern Territories and her faithful hound. One awakens as the dominant of Shiva, and the other...
You're saying that Jill granted Torgal his powers?
What?
Just like Fenrir. People called him my hound, but Torgal and Jill were inseparable. He grew up as a faithful companion to the dominant of Shiva, and years later, his powers awakened. Just when his master needed him the most.
You're right. If it weren't for Torgal blasting those bastards to Kingdom Come, Jill would have been for it.
Quite. Though Torgal's power is his own, his latent birthright as a Frostwolf, it had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get you, Torgal!
You're an even finer hound than we thought.
And regarding your original concern, you need not fear for Torgal's health.
Oh, thank God.
Why, the beast has the appetite of a behemoth. Just this very morn, I found him with his nose buried in my nuts.
Sorry,
There you are! I've been looking everywhere for you. Bernard's here. I need you to introduce us so we can get to work.
I shan't be a moment.
I shan't. Oh boy. Sometime later.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. You and everyone else. But I promise I'll pay you back. I'm gonna work my fingers to the bone for you lot. Starting right now. Just you wait. I'll make wonders like this world's never seen.
Then I look forward to seeing them.
She has such a bright outlook on life and so much energy. I kind of envy her.
Now that that's settled, I wonder if Vivian's made any progress tracking down Kupka.
Ooh, that got really loud here. Did I accidentally turn up my volume? Okay. Hi.
We have everything we need to begin work in earnest. And work in earnest we shall.
Aww. We have a workshop. Oh.
Thanks for before, son. That was a good deed you did me. Only right I do you one in return. Though I did wonder if I'd bit off more than I could chew when Mid showed me her plans for the place. If she hadn't been there to tell me what to do, I wouldn't have known where to start.
Oh, it's so cute.
Thanks for letting me do this, Clive. I'll pay you back, I promise.
Okay. No worries, though. Nothing in here. No. All right. Off to speak with Vivian. Oh.
I wish Miss Midador would let us help her with her dungeoneering. I wonder what she's going to dungeoneer next.
Let's go and ask her.
Dungeoneer. Dungeoneer. Dungeon.
I think I'll wait till Mid's away to take a tour of her dungeon. Don't want to get roped into her experiments.
Oh my god, I want to go around and see what people have to say about her. Nothing? Come on, give me something.
You were born in Rosalith, weren't you? Must be hard, hearing what became of the place.
Oof.
No, the capital's as strange to me as I am to her. It was a lifetime ago I last set foot in the city.
Vivian, here I come.
How goes the hunt for Kupka?
Largely in circles. We have myriad sightings of strange soldiers in unexpected places, but nothing definitive as yet. If only we knew for certain by what route he left Rosalith.
Well, keep at it. If anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you. And I'm willing to wait as long as it takes.
Well, it's good that we have a little bit of time to rest.
What? Here?
Would that be a problem?
Do you know, Clive? I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne. Your poor people would surely live in fear of you.
You have nothing to worry about on that front. I won't be claiming his crown.
That is a relief.
Clive, have you got a minute? We, have a guest.
A guest?
Oh.
For your trouble.
It was a pleasure, in hindsight.
Hi!
Uncle Byron? Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens for your favourite uncle is here!
Oh. Meanwhile, oh no. That's gorgeous. Twinside, the Holy Empire of Sembrak. Seat of the Imperial Court. That is gorgeous.
The Dalmekian government sues for peace. How shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmex empty their treasuries for us. Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Very good.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmex will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can, and once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmex to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, Your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on. Dion?
Yes, sire.
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
If that is your wish, Your Radiance, I shall depart at once. May Gregor forgive you.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
So Annabella's tales were true. disappoint me, Dion.
Oh boy.
What on earth is Uncle Byron doing here? Only one way to find out.
Speak with Byron. He's down there? Oh, yes, he's down there.
The little uns have been up to their old. It's just one thing after another around here.
Little uns. That's funny. Little uns. Oh, hi, Gab.
Well, fuck me. Never thought I'd see the day Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses came to tea.
Hi.
Ah, my dear nephew. How I've missed you.
How did you find this place, Uncle?
Through the good offices of young Sir Wayne. He really is the most helpful fellow. As are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your heroics in Rosalith. Which is why I came, to learn the full truth of the matter. Sort the fact from the fiction, so to speak.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde.
I was, aye.
Then I have questions for you. Please, come inside, Uncle.
Gladly. You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
2,000?
And I'm afraid that is all I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde. Most intriguing.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kupka withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still less that my own nephew dealt the decisive blow.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final piece of the puzzle has fallen into place.
Oh?
Come here and I'll show you.
Story time? Lore time.
It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast.
Mm-hmm.
So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly, her Royal Navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes. It seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. Or would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance. No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
So it was the Waluders who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the Royalist trail across the Velcroy. It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way.
Oh?
As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company.
Thank
Give
you.
me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned. And where we're going.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy. Time waits for no man.
Mid's finished outfitting her little workshop, I hear. With a little help from Sid, of course.
Of course. Our new leader's no better at resisting her wheedling than the old one was.
Otto, Kupka's at Drake's Fang. I'll be leaving before sunset.
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. All I'm after is Kupka's head. I won't risk any more than I have to. I promise.
The Lancer and the Fang are all Kupka's personal fiefdom. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalamil. Some call her the Desert Hare.
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's, and only Sid's. All I know is the name, and that they used to meet at the Dalamil Inn. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Sid might be able to bring her back into the fold.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
So, what about your uncle? I mean, he's welcome to stay, but...
Don't look so worried. He'll be coming with me.
Thank fuck for that.
Gav, Otto, I'm leaving you two in charge.
You can count on us. I heard they called Rosina the Desert Hare on account of how little escapes her ears. That and her habit of bolting at the first sign of danger. But if she knew Sid was looking for her, she might just be tempted back out of her burrow.
What's wrong, Gav?
It's this gold your uncle gave us. Are you sure it's all right for us to take it?
My uncle isn't easily refused. Especially where dispersing his wealth is concerned.
But 2,000 talents. I don't even know how much that is in Gil.
It's the price of a quayside mansion in the Crystalline Dominion. He sold one to fund our endeavor. He was hoping to part with it anyway, what with war brewing in the region. And, luckily for him, a Sambraquan noble was willing to pay over the odds for a foothold in the Holy Emperor's neighborhood.
But still, 2,000 talents? I mean, is it normal for nobles to give away that kind of money?
It's normal for my uncle.
Fuck me. Oh, the other half live here?
Well, now that we've got a few gills to rub together, do you think it'd be alright if I splashed out on a few bottles of Lost Twins' finest?
Here, leave some for the rest of us, Otto. If he's filling his cellar, I'm filling our larder, starting with a barrel of the best salt-cured northern salmon.
I'll leave you to decide how best to use it. Just don't spend it all at once, right?
Oh boy. That was a full-on cutscene for just a little thingy like
May
this.
the winds of fortune be forever at your back, Sid. Don't say that. The last thing you need when you're crossing the desert is for the wind to pick up.
Oh. Oh boy.
All right, Uncle. I'm ready to depart. Shall we?
We shall. Come, let us away to adventure.
To adventure! Although, do we have time for adventure? Maybe we have time to start an adventure. A desert. Sure! Let's just get it started. Ooh.
I was a young man when last I walked this path.
Doggo.
There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
Riddle of the Sands. Dolly Mill Inn. We have a new party. Oh my god, how big of a... Oh! Okay. This is a whole new region. I should probably get my Choco. But I kind of want to just...
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark 'em well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands.
Are these chocobo tracks? There is a chocobo in there. Is that a chest? No. Oh. Are those coming at me? They're chocobos.
Many years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way together, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
He let me come with you.
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand, bawling like a babe.
Ooh, goodies. Oh, God. Gil. People just dropping off Gil here. Hi, Owl. Anything to say? Long trip? There are shinies in there as well. Oh well.
Who do you think those soldiers were in the inn? Friends of friends, I'd wager. Not that they looked very friendly.
We have enemies in here? Oh boy. This is not gonna end well.
So, Lord Cook has finally made his move?
Yes. I expect that's why there's so many soldiers in town, to deal with any Imperial reprisals.
Oh no, I'm getting scared. Oh god. Any shinies? Nope. I could be just using my choco, I know, but I...
Ah, there she is. The good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
Oh my god, look at the palm trees! The palm trees! Oh, and the water! My god, pretty! Oh, just give me a sec. Oh my god, look at the color of the water! I love it, and the palm trees. Oh, this looks so good! This looks so good! That's enemies.
Look, there. Those are Ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stonehair. Our Luda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
I don't like leaving him alone. Oh boy.
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
No.
2 bowls of that then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Eating chocobos.
Your pal? Would you rather be my squire?
I mean, I know they're practically chicken, but come on, chocobos. Oh, hi.
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. You must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead skin, we'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Cooker, then.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you.
Oh no.
Uncle? Sorry.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in camera that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two. Friend.
Do you really want to die?
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Friend.
Nice new
Stay
beard
back,
guy.
Uncle. Gladly.
Fire! What shall we start with? Oh, that's not maybe the best one to start with. That's okay. Oh yeah. Again, we need to charge that. I keep forgetting. One day I will remember it. That's maybe an overkill for that one. Well, I mean, maybe not.
Bravo, my boy! Just like that!
Oh, there you are.
Stay down, so far from home.
Bloody hide. Just a bloody hide. Oh yes, I remember this piece of text. Treat it with urine, lime salt, and lengthy soak in chocobo brains. I will never forget this. You cleaned your beard.
For your trouble. Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Okay. Okay. Oh my god, the water, I can't. Oh, the palm trees. Oh my god, that
Where's our
shot right
chance?
there.
Your Grace?
I'm fine.
Yeah, sorry about this.
Clive?
Of course they're not gonna meet, but oh my god, I wish they did. They're not gonna though, not yet.
What is it now?
Oh boy.
It's nothing. Let's go.
Doggo!
Where are you?
Close.
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Look at the water. Like, look at the color of the... Oh my god. My god. So, this is why turquoise is one of my favorite colors. Like the kind of paradise water. That's the reason why. Oh my god, I love palm trees. So cool. Okay, so we are in a town. A Briar's Kiss. Alright, and where's our quest? Over on this side. Okay, so we need to go through the town and then make our way there. Okay, that's gonna be for next time. I think we're gonna leave it here. I actually don't think that there is a more beautiful shot to leave us in than this. This is just gonna, you know, next time I pick this up, I'm gonna be so happy I'm in a pretty place like this. That's just gonna give me such a good vibe moving forward. Alright, so today we learned that Torgal is in fact Fenrir. Big surprise there. He looked exactly like a Fenrir, so not a shock. That's so cool though. We also met Mid, which she's so cute. I love her. I can't wait to see where our journey takes us next. I'm a little bit terrified of the whole having to fight Kupka again, and I'm guessing this time it's not going to be just Kupka, it's going to be, you know, Titan. That's what I'm assuming, kind of based on how we've been doing the stuff in this game. But at least he's going to be armless. Oh my god. Anyways, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!